Hey guys, Drew Dawson Davis here. I wanted to make a quick video today about singing of all things. For those of you guys who watch the channel, you know that I teach voice internationally through the power of Skype, and I get a lot of questions all the time about ways to sing and what would be the best answer for some of the problems that people are having. One of the things people ask me all the time is, what is the difference between falsetto and head voice? And so even amongst the vocal coaching community, this can be kind of elusive for some people. So what I wanted to do today is make that really easily understood for you guys. And I'm a singer myself, first and foremost. And so I want to just, spill the beans, so to speak. Before I do, I want to go through 3 products. I don't make any money on any of these products, but I want to share them with you guys because if they help you with your voice, that's why I'm here. First one real quickly is a product called Entertainer's Secret. This is a vocal spray you can use until you're blue in the face. Some vocal sprays have analgesics in them to cover the pain, and if I have pain, I want to know about it. This just helps your vocal cords vibrate against each other well without tightening up, creating friction and heat and wearing your voice out. So I love this stuff. Entertainer's Secret, feel free and buy it, love it. If you have another one you like, feel free and try that one out as well. This is just my personal one. HA Join. This is one by Purity Products I took because of my joints, and in the process I found out that my voice cleaned up like something fierce. And I was like, what happened? And what is the deal with this? And I looked into it, and this one has collagen in it, and it's got hyaluronic acid in it. And hyaluronic acid has a long history of being very, very good with the human voice. It's like I said, it's got collagen in it too, which is good for your skin, good for your joints, and glucosamine chondroitin people take for their joints as well. So anyway, long story short, I think all 3 of these work really well in concert with each other, and I swear by it. I take 6 of these a day. They tell you to take 6 of the day in the beginning and then go to 3. I'm not a doctor, so I can't tell you what to do. I'll just tell you I take 6 because I'm speaking a lot. Love those. And the last but not least would be these Thayer's Slippery Elm. Thayer's makes these Slippery Elm lozenges. I think these are even somewhere. I heard that SLS certified these somewhere. Anyway, long story short, it's what they call a demulcent. Basically, it coats your throat and it coats your vocal cords, and basically it's like putting car wax on your car, shines up the paint job, just a protectant. Consider it that. I love this stuff. So now I'm going to go through real quickly what is the difference between falsetto and head voice. Now that I'm like in your front room, right? In your kitchen. What happens is most people feel, in a nutshell, let me just give you just brass tacks of what happens to the human voice. The human voice are flaps in your throat and they vibrate. What happens is they tighten to make a higher pitch, loosen to make a lower pitch. So you get and then you get falsetto, which pops open. Most people feel like, have you ever seen that Greek mythology? You've ever heard of that Greek mythology guy Sisyphus, and he would push a rock up a hill, and then you get to the very top, and he's almost there, and all of a sudden it would roll back down. It's kind of like that. It's a ramp. You feel, and the only way to extend your range is to yell further and blow more air to get those chords to come together. Because what will happen is your voice will stop. You'll literally hear it go, and you won't hear anything. The only way to overcome that is to yell and scream and push, which is blowing out your voice. Some people call that blasting. This process starts at the middle C for men. Right there, middle C. And then that bridge will end at F sharp. So people think, oh, my bridge is coming at F sharp. No. Your bridging starts before then. But what ends up happening is they can yell and scream, and most people get to the F sharp, and then they'll pop in a falsetto. Women will do this a perfect 5th above that. What ends up happening, they're the same thing. It's the same process, only a woman's voice will sit a little higher. It might function a little different in terms of what they're running towards. And what I mean by that is a woman will run for chest voice where a man will run for head voice and mixing more. A man will try and mix more where a woman will kind of have to get more connected and more closure. But what ends up happening is men will feel that process here at the FF sharp. A woman will be a perfect 5th above that. And then what ends up happening is people think, oh, I know, I'm not supposed to pull and pop. So what I'll do is, I've been told not to pull. I know what I'll do. I'll lighten. So what they do is they do this. Instead of pulling, I'll give you like an A flat. So if they go ma 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 ma, and they go in a falsetto, they go, I feel the pull. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lighten, and so they go ma 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 ma. That's what's happening, but they don't realize it, and I can't sing like that. Ma 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 ma. I can't sing like that on a record. That sounds like like Julia Childs, I'm going to put the pot roast in the oven for 35 minutes at 375 degrees. It's like exactly like that woman on the TV. This is like, anyway, I'm like way off track here. But the bottom line is you can't do that. So pulling, popping, and then there are people for pulling and then bridging in a falsetto. Now, here's the problem with this process. Now, I'm not dogmatic about this. If this is the way you want to sing and you dig this sound, by all means. This is all about making you better at what you do. However, this process will kick in right about, for the male, at the male high C, right around C5. So you'll get... this is a little advanced for some of you guys. For those of you guys who aren't, this is still going to be profound for you, so please bear with me. You're going to feel... You can get this sound at the top end, right? And you can twang enough to make that kick in on the top end. The problem with that is, as it comes down, anything below the male A flat... it goes from nothing. So what you do is you jump from chest, bridge into falsetto, and then you wait for falsetto to kick in and twang at the top. So you get mum 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 mum, and then you tweak it in the middle so your middle range gets lost. And the women's will do this. The women will do the same thing. The women will jump that gap. When we're talking about bridging, I was going to say we're not talking about that. That's not what we're meaning, but I'm not meaning that. Some people mean that. A few people, that's their idea of bridging. That's just not good, because I did that, and I know a few people who have done it and can get away with it if they're a rock singer and they can kind of make it work, but long term I don't recommend that. But there's a third way. There's really a third way, and that's when you have closure and you're bridging and you have closure all the time. You're bridging and... Well, let me just give you an example. So if you go mum 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 mum, this is pulling and popping, mum 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 mum. That's the first one. Then you got chest lightening up in a falsetto, mum 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 mum. That's the next one. And then you've got closure all the time, which is mum 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 mum, right? Mum 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 mum. So you get mum 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 mum, which is not the same thing as mum 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 mum. That's like pulling chest, right? But it's also not falsetto. So let me just finish this up real quickly. The vocal cords have to sit down and flat. There has to be a downward pull that kicks in with the head voice. And this is what I would leave you with. Falsetto is the out sound you get when you have a hiss, and there's like a rasp in there. There's like a hiss. Like you're out of breath. That's what falsetto does. And it has a limited pitch range, just like chest. So you get chest, you go, you get falsetto, it goes, and it'll stop, just like chest will if you don't blow it out. Where closure in the head voice is not limited by a room, what I call a resonance. A lot of people use a room to sing in. Chest, right? They think, they're singing with the resonance, so they're changing the resonance. And what really should happen is the voice should be what you're singing from, and the resonance moves around the voice, instead of moving the resonance to get the voice to work. Does that make sense? So instead of mum 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 mum, you want mum 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 mum, and you just talk it out. Just call it. Just talk it out like matter of fact. Like this is the brass tacks. This is how it is. I could care less. It's kind of like that in the beginning for lots of people. So yeah, with that being said, don't give your voice over in a falsetto. If you feel like you're getting a hiss, don't do that. You should feel closure. Instead of and anytime you feel the pop and you feel like you're grabbing and you're pulling and straining, it's not that. The seating has to be right. So kick that around. If you guys need any help with your voices, feel free and contact me. I work with beginners and intermediate and advanced singers alike, and I'd be more than happy to help you figure this all out. I make really a simple understanding with that. I use my hands a lot. And if I've gone a little over your head today, then forgive me. I'd be more than happy to walk back and really get the basics for this done. Today, this was kind of for maybe advanced singers or maybe more intermediate people who are just starting to get in. They're starting to do some practices, but they're not working right for them, or they're just frustrated. They've been to another coach and they've done some weird stuff, but it's just not sitting right. And that's what I do. I fixed problems of other people's voices for a living. So with that being said, I wish you guys nothing but the best. feel free and contact me. All the information's down below the video, and I look forward to hearing from you. I hope this helped you guys today, and yeah, with love. With love, I'm chucking it back into the screen for y'all. Take care, you guys. God bless.